Hi, it's Phil here from Eastern Suburbs Hockey Club. I am the current A-grade women's coach for 2020. We're in lockdown still, so this is another video about some simple ideas that we might be able to practice at home while we're getting ready to come back and play again. Today's video is another part to touch skills, so touch skills part 2. We're going to expand on the idea that we've talked about and touched on in the last video. Touch skills, we really highlighted about having the ball on the stick, expanding how far we go left to right. Today we're going to have a look at the zone, what we were going to call our dominant zone, the actual physical space where our body is the dominant agent. So that doesn't necessarily mean when the ball is just in front of you, which we're going to show in this first set of videos. We want to look at what can we do to improve our control of the ball when it's in front of us, to our left, to our right, even behind us, right? So this is where we expand on touch skills. So anyway, without any more wait, let's go on to the video. So there we go. Not a bad little exercise to do on a bit of carpet at home or a bit of grass, whatever we want to do, on the concrete, whatever. But yeah, just get your mind around the idea of moving the ball around your body any way you like. Go around the world. Do some patterns. Go back left to high left to high right, and back to high left, back to high right, down to back right, whichever way. There's no set way that's going to improve you more than any other. But the idea, get used to the ball being around you. And you're going to see why, because we receive the ball in all different positions in a game of hockey. We know that. So why not train to have our body used to the idea and being more used to receiving it in those awkward positions. So to move on, we're going to move on now to receiving the ball. Now, I know we talked about touch skills. Well, I think touch skills start from how well we receive the ball. Our first touch of receiving the ball, the quality of that first touch pretty much determines how you're set up to complete the next second or two of hockey. And if you watch really, really high level hockey, you think about how often you see a player actually have the ball for more than 2 or 3 seconds. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. The vast majority of possessions are less than that time. So, quality first touch and how it sets you up. So, let's have a look at some receives. We're going to start with some 4-stick receives. And yeah, so again, here's some videos. Enjoy. Okay, so we got to see some receives, 4-stick, pretty tame stuff, but basic, but again, it's a core skill. It's an absolute massive part of playing hockey, is being able to receive the ball. These next set of videos, we're going to have a look at how the athletes handle the ball that's not firm and flat. You know, it's got a bobble. You know, it's not pretty, but we have to be able to handle it. So it's nothing much. It's only simple stuff. But again, I hope to think that there's some points there, and some tips there in the video that you're going to take something out of. But anyway, so these next videos, 4-stick receives, but where the ball isn't the best. But you know, hopefully you can take some tips out of it again, and in your own game, in your own hockey, become a person that can receive the ball, and within that second touch of the first touch has to be a bit special, that you can recover and set up still for the next play. Off to the video. Great. Okay, so these next videos we're going to look at the reverse stick receive. So we're not, generally speaking, we're not as strong on our reverse stick as we are on our 4-stick. For the vast majority of us, we are much stronger on our 4-stick. The argument is so strong that even training, where you are always working really hard to throw 4-stick passes, 4-stick to 4-stick hockey. It is something that I personally really drive home with the athletes that I work with every year. 4-stick to 4-stick hockey, 4-stick to 4-stick. But at the end of the day, the ball will still come to your reverse stick side. So hopefully in these next videos, we'll highlight how you can still receive the ball on the reverse stick. What you'll notice is that the athletes aren't just simply receiving the ball on their reverse stick and then knocking the ball back on the reverse stick. They're not. They're converting it into a 4-stick position. They're converting it into getting a body shape into a position where they're in a body shape, a position of strength, and being able to throw a quality ball on their 4-stick in strength. You know, head up, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, so anyway, let's go on to the videos. So, all right. So far today, we've had a look at getting the ball under control, improving our control of the ball around our body in our dominant zone, in our dominant space, which is obviously, it's always going to be good. It's a big part of the foundation of what kind of hockey player you're going to be. So we've started off, we've looked at that. How do we do that? How can we improve our control inside our dominant zone? And then we've had a look at receiving the ball, both on the forestick, both on the reverse stick, both from side on and from front on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to expand on that a little bit. So we're going to show how to receive the ball, forestick, and then on the reverse stick, and then converting that into a strong position to then carry on a game relevant task, right? So the athletes here are going to receive the ball, some on a forestick, some on the reverse stick, and turning themselves into a position where they can keep possession and tackle the next task, the next passage of play, which in these videos is represented by a set of markers. Okay, but anyway, on to the video. So now you've seen how we take receiving the ball, it's still touch skills, a good quality first touch, turning it into a position where we can carry the ball onto the next phase. You would have seen at the tip about pre-scanning, how important pre-scanning is, but yet how often in drills like this, in hockey training, we don't practice the pre-scan, you know. But it's so important that we do, you know. We treat everything that we do as a game situation. As often as we can, whatever we're doing, try and mentally connect it with a game situation. It's easy to see these things have that game relevance. As you can see, what was important was receiving the ball and then getting the body right to move into the next phase. And then of course there was the next phase, which we looked more at last week, which was keeping the ball in the stick, moving around markers, blah 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 blah, keeping the possession tight, that sort of thing. We didn't really need to go into too much more about that. If you haven't watched the last video and you want to look at things you can do to keep the ball on your stick, please go to Touch Skills Part 1 and have a look. This next set of videos, well, this is where these two lads have got the privilege of being able to work together. They've got each other there, right? So some of you are on your own. For those on your own, just find some sort of rebound fixture, like a wall or a rebound board, or, you know, a log, whatever, a rock, something. And if it's inconsistent, the bounce is going to come off of it. It's going to be inconsistent. That's great. You know, that's an advantage. What you'll see the athlete do here is that they're going to throw it against the fence and bounce off, pick it up, and carry it. The thing we're looking at today, though, like last week, we had a challenge. Well, not a challenge. We had sort of an exercise where we would keep the ball on our forestick, no reverse stick at all, right? In this one, it's similar. So the athlete here isn't going to their reverse stick by rolling their stick over the ball. They're going to their reverse stick by getting the ball on the forestick and then moving the stick around under the ball to get to the reverse stick position and doing it that way. So there's a little challenge for you. Set up a set of markers, like set up a minefield or some markers or whatever obstacle you like. Put a chair on the ground, get a stool, lie it down on its side, get a rebound net, whatever. Get some obstacles, a bucket, a bin, and get the ball off the deck, or get the ball off a rebound, pick it up, and don't roll your stick over to get the reverse stick. And there's some advantage some advantages in learning this little bit of a skill. Things like, get the ball out in front, promote it out in front. Maybe you can lift the ball easier from this angle. Really important stuff. Get your head up. Get your head up. Get your head up. Get your head up. Get yourself in a position. If you slow the video down, you can see the athlete may not get their head up, but their eyes are up. Their eyes are going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's good. But anyway, off to the video. Have a look. Okay, so that's another video for this week. Well, not this week, but this is our second video. It's the next video. I hope you've got something out of it. That's always the aim. Even if it's only one thing. If all you get out of this whole video is just one little thing that's going to help you be better. Even little things, a whole stack of little things make one big thing. Take it on board, and if you get one little thing out of it, just at least one little thing out of it, you've got something that's been worthwhile. So, stay home, stay safe,